Hello everybody, today we'll be learning together the torque equation of DC motor. DC generator has EMF equation. Remember, motor has torque. Okay, TM. Remember TM or something. We'll be learning it together because just to save some time. So I'll explain to you and learn myself. So first point to remember is that the turning or twisting force is called as torque. Then consider the circular wheel of radius r and F circumferential force F is acting on it, and the wheel is rotating in n, speed of n. So consider a wheel of radius r meters acted upon by a circumferential force F newtons, and the wheel is rotating at the speed of n rpm. Then the angular speed, what is the omega? Angular speed omega is given by 2 pi n by 60. Remember this formula, it will come very handy. There are some other formulas which are using as well, like the EB formula, which I will tell directly when I am using it. Okay, omega is equals to 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi n by 60. This is done. This much you have learned. Everybody, this much you have learned. Velocity is equals to distance by time. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. Now what is the work? Now work done by the wheel for one revolution. So work is what? Fs, W equals Fs, so force into distance traveled by the wheel for one revolution. Work is equals to force into distance traveled by the wheel. For, suppose this wheel is here. In one revolution, basically it's going to rotate and come here. One rotation is what? 2 pi r. So if work first calm down. First you're finding the torque. Not finding torque. First you're saying what torque is. Then we are drawing the diagram. Torque is the turning or twisting force known as torque. Then we are drawing the diagram. We are explaining what is the radius, force and the speed. Then we are finding angular speed. After finding angular speed omega, then immediately come and find the work done. Work is force into displacement or distance. The distance traveled by the wheel for one revolution. That is 2 pi r. After finding angular speed, after finding work, find power. Power is what? Work by time. Work by time. Now, if you don't know very well, if you don't know all formulas, learn it now. So, work done by time taken by the wheel for one revolution. So, F into 2 pi r is the work done. Time taken for one revolution. Remember, it is not 60. It is 60 by n. Remember it now. If you don't know, it's fine. Remember it now. So, this I can write as F into r into 2 pi n 60 by, see this F into 2 pi r divided by 60 by n. So multiplication become F into 2 pi r into n by 60. So F into r I am taking out, 2 pi n by 60 I am keeping. That is F into r omega. This F into r is nothing but the torque. I will explain the whole of this once again. Carefully listen please. I will explain it again. There's no issue. We're all learning it for the first time. Okay. So first I'm writing the twisting or turning movement of the wheel basically is known as torque. Then we're drawing diagram R, circumferential force F and n speeds. Consider the wheel of radius r meters, which is acted upon by circumferential force F newtons and is rotating at a speed of n newton. Then its angular speed. Angular speed is given by 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi n by 60. Will you remember this 2 pi n by 60? You have to. Now after finding angular speed, what did I ask you to find? Ask you to find the work done. Now, how will you remember? This is omega. Angular speed you have to remember first. After omega, immediately omega looking is what? Work done only. Work is force into distance traveled by the wheel in one revolution. So F is F into 2 pi r. This much also done. After this, what will we find? We will find the force. From where? See, I'll tell you the trick. I got the trick. See, omega. From omega, you will get W. Then you will get F into 2 F into 2 pi r. From F, this is not F. Okay, we're not finding force. We're finding power. My bad. Okay, fine. Power. Power is nothing but work by time. So work done, that is this, by Time taken is not 60, it is 60 by n. This you have to remember. This will you remember, in power 60 by n comes time taken by the wheel for one revolution. That will become F into 2 pi r, that is the work done, divided by 60 by n. So into n by 60. So power will become F into r into 2 pi n by 60. So P is become F into r is torque, and 2 pi n by 60 will become omega. This is how you got generalized equation. Now we're studying a new chapter, not new chapter, new part. Okay, so TA, PA, these are the two things you remember. TA is the gross armature torque. I remember this armature torque, torque. Now what is armature and all? When you see the construction, you will have a better idea. For now, remember, we're talking about motor. Okay, first of all, you should know where to write this answer. We're talking about motor, armature torque. PA is what? Gross mechanical output across armature. Gross mechanical output. We're not saying power, we are saying gross mechanical output across armature. Now you have to remember this formula. PA equals to EB into IA. This you have to remember. One is 2 pi n by 60 and one is PA equals EB into IA. You have to remember. Now from here, find EB separately. Okay, whatever. So PA equals to EB into IA, and P is equals to torque into omega. Correct? So PA is equals to TA into omega. I can write. Can I? Cannot. Okay. So PA is equals to TA into 2 pi n by 60, and PA is EB. Don't write PA equals to TA omega again. Right? EB IA TA 2 pi n by 60. Okay. Now this part I will just take you to the next page. I will do it again. No worries. It's the first time we're all learning. So it will be a little confusing. It will be too much overwhelming. It's totally okay. Okay. So after this we're taking only EB. So now this one more formula to remember. EB is equals to 5 PNZ by 60A. First thing you have to remember that omega is equals to 2 pi n by 60. Second thing you have to consciously remember is PA equals to EB into IA. PA is equals to EB into IA. Third thing you have to remember is EB equals to pi NZ by 60. So 5 PNZ by 60A into IA is equals to TA 2 pi n by 60. 60 cancel, n cancel. So 5 PZ IA is equals to TA 2 pi. TA equals, we need TA equation only, right? TA equals 1 by 2 pi 5 IA PZ by A. This A is there only. This has not gone anywhere. This is there. So 1 by 2 pi is nothing but 0.159 pi A PZ by A. This pi PZ by A becomes constant after construction. P is number of poles, Z is number of conductors, A is parallel paths. All this you have to remember. How you know during the construction and all some other parts I will tell if I haven't told yet. In the other video you can check it out. But this was mainly torque equation. So from here we get T is actually proportional to phi A. We have to come to this. Okay, P is number of poles, Z is number of conductors, A is number of parallel paths, phi is flux per poles, IA is armature current. I will tell again, don't have to worry. Again from first only will go, no problem. First, what did I say? Torque equation. Twisting or turning is known as torque. We do the circle R. This is circumferential force acted upon it. That is F Newton. Then this is rotating at n speed. So omega angular velocity is equals to 2 pi r. 2 pi n. I have only forgotten by the time I have told you. 2 pi n by 60. Remember r is not there in the formula only. Why are we writing r then? I don't know. 2 pi n by 60. That is the angular speed. You have to remember it consciously. You have to remember it. Okay. 2 pi n by 60. There is no r in this. 2 pi n by 60. After that, we are finding the work done. That is force into distance traveled by the wheel in one revolution. So F into 2 pi r. Now we are finding the P. P is nothing but, what is P? Work by time. So F into time taken for one revolution by the wheel. F into 2 pi r by 60 by n. That is F into 2 pi r divided by 60 into n, so n by 60. Till here you understood? Till here you understood? So P I will write it as F into R 2 pi n by 60. So P, this is omega. So T omega. Till here you got, this is the first part, this is done, this is done. Then I said TA. This is the gross armature torque. PA is the gross mechanical output across the armature, if I am not wrong, correct? Yeah, gross mechanical output across the armature. This much you understood. What is TA, what is PA? Now PA, I told you have to constantly remember EB into IA. EB into IA. And P is equals to T omega. So PA is equals to TA into omega. So also you got PA equals to TA into omega from where? Above only, yeah. From this P equals to T omega, PA equals to TA omega. So PA is equals to TA 2 pi n by 60. And also, yeah, PA I'll replace it by EB into IA. See, first this much equation you got, right? Go back to this equation. Again write PA equals to TA into omega. Then now in PA place, write EB into IA. EB into IA is equal to TA 2 pi n by 60. EB, now we have to remember EB, that is 5 PNZ by 60A. So 5 PNZ by 60A into IA is equals to TA 2 pi n by 60. So TA is equal 60 cancel, n cancel. So TA equals 1 by 2 pi into 5 IA PZ by A. This becomes constant. P is the number of poles, Z is the number of conductors, A is the number of parallel paths, phi is the flux density, flux per poles, phi is flux per poles, I is armature current, and so this is in Newton meter. So T is exactly proportional to phi into IA. Once again quickly I will write, because now I have learned. So you guys also in 15 minutes you can learn this topic with me, which is torque in DC motor. Torque is the twisting or turning motion. A circular wheel of radius r meters is being acted upon by a circumferential force of F Newton and rotating the speed of n rpm. So the angular speed is given by 2 pi n by 60. The work done by it is given by force into the distance traveled by it in one revolution. All that you have to write, okay? If omega is, work done is given by F into 2 pi r. So then the power is given by work done by the time taken for it to complete one revolution. So work done by this is going to be 60 by n, not n by 60, 60 by n. That is F into 2 pi r by 60 by n. That is same as F into 2 pi r into n by 60. Okay. Now comes P equals to Fr 2 pi n by 60. Fr we know is torque. So and this is omega. So P equals to T omega we got. Next PA is the gross mechanical output. Is the gross mechanical output of the armature, across armature, and TA is the gross torque across the armature. From there we have to understand that PA equals TA omega. Okay, before this you have to write this relation. PA equals to IB into IA. P equals T omega. So PA equals TA into omega. So EB, this thing you don't forget. PA equals to EB into IA. So EB into IA equals to TA omega. So EB into IA is equals to TA 2 pi n by 60, and EB is 5 PNZ by 60A. IA equals TA 2 pi n by 60. 60 cancel, n cancel. So TA equals 1 by 2 pi phi IA PNZ by A. So PNZ by A is constant. Sorry, n is gone. Only PZ. N is gone. So PZ by A, phi into IA, and 1 by 2 phi 1 by 2 pi is 0.159, and this is Newton meter. So hence we can say that torque is directly proportional to phi into IA. That's it. We have successfully 3 times we have written and learned this equation. So now see, we are confident. Other topics also we learn together like this. We'll quickly finish it. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye bye.